kia ora koutou, haere mai, and welcome along to the Showy Ovaries Christmas Special. That's right, just like Call the Midwife, Charlie Brown, and Ted Lasso. I'm going full tinsel tits with some Yuletide yucks as I am such a ho-ho-ho for jingling your bells and all other associated Christmas puns. You're allowed to laugh. Husband, you can laugh.
Okay.
But don't force it. Don't force it. Anyway,
okay.
as I always say. So anyway, yes. Merry Christmas, Meri Kirihimete, Fröhliche Weihnachten, Feliz Navidad, and Joyeux Noel. And before we go any further, here's the first Christmas joke that I have to you because I've got some from a list of really bad Christmas jokes. Here we go. What do you call an elf that runs away from Santa's workshop? Any ideas?
I don't know. No.
A rebel without a clause. Yay!
Very good.
Stay tuned for quite a few more of those. So anyway, I hope Christmas is shaping up brilliantly in your whare. And let me tell you, this is a Christmas we in our house will never forget. I am joined by my husband, Matt, for this podcast, though he is in a different room from me and has some exciting news for what Santa gave him for Christmas, which was what, Matt?
I have COVID.
Yay, that's right. You get a spike protein and you get a spike protein. And yay, you've got
hooray.
COVID. So when did you get COVID?
I have a feeling it was on my work's Christmas party.
Yeah. And when was that?
Last Sunday, was it?
Yes, your party was on Sunday. And then on Wednesday, you started, we just thought you had because you've had sciatica in the past.
I just thought I was old.
Yeah. Because we were like, oh, your back was sore, and it was like, oh, and then we tested at about 1:00 and it was negative, and so then we're like, oh, okay. So then we invited our neighbor over for dinner, and that was exciting, but thankfully she never set foot inside the house.
No.
Yeah, but it's still like, oh, for God's sake, the one time we're like, oh, it's, how many tests have we done? Anyway, but then you made us dinner, made us really delicious pizzas. What was on them again? We had salmon and meat lovers.
Yes.
I love your meat, Matthew, when you make a pizza, and it was very delicious. But then you were like, oh, I feel weird. And then what happened when you went to lie down?
I just went to lie down, and then I was just pains all over.
All over, yeah.
Yeah, my legs were aching, my back was aching, across kind of the top of my back as well. It was like,
right.
I just couldn't get comfortable. It was like the flu, when I've had the flu before. It's kind of.
So when did you start to think this is definitely COVID?
Oh, when I was writhing about on the bed.
You were writhing on the bed?
Writhing's an exaggeration. It's just couldn't get comfortable, so you're constantly shifting, trying to get into a comfortable position. And
yeah.
This must be COVID.
Yeah. And then my neighbour's husband came over for a drink, but you didn't see him at all. And then after they left, I opened the door and you just looked like shit. It was like, oh, look at you. You look like shit, Matthew.
Because I normally look wonderful, fresh-faced.
Yes, normally you're just radiant and smiling with your shiny head reflecting the light, but you looked, pretty sad. So it was like, oh, shit, let's do a test. And then it came up quite quickly, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then I reacted really well, didn't I?
No.
Yes, I did.
You shouted and you swore.
Not at you, even though you say it wasn't you, but it wasn't at you.
It was in my direction.
But I wasn't angry with you. I was just angry with life. Because what did we have to do?
And I was the closest representation of life nearest to you. Therefore,
a life riddled with the pox. And because what had we had planned?
We were going to stay in a lovely little hotel in town. We were going to have a staycation.
We were going to have a staycation and a degustation meal at the QT hotel. And then we were going to have a picnic on Christmas Day.
We were going to order room service. We were going to live like rock stars. I was planning on throwing the television out of the window.
Well, I'm glad that you haven't done that. Don't do that in your room downstairs.
I haven't done that here. It's been lifeblood.
Yes. So where have you been spending this time?
In my COVID bunker.
Which is also your man cave.
It's not a man cave. That's a dreadful term.
Why do you hate that term so much?
It's just a weird.
You can't articulate why.
No.
Because that's what it is. It's a room that you, a man, spend all of your time in if you could. You would this is actually you're living the dream despite feeling slightly ill.
Look, my room has neither stalactites or stalagmites. Therefore, it's not a cave.
Wow. Seems like a very narrow definition of cave.
Yeah, it's a correct one, though.
But
Plus, ladies can come in if they want.
Yeah, but they don't want.
Hey, ladies, come and spend time in my room.
In your lair.
It's a media room.
It's a media room, is it?
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's full of media.
Yes, you've got records, CDs, DVDs. So you've got historic media as well as current media, and albums being the most historic. That you don't have any cassettes in there anywhere, do you? Or 8 tracks? Or
no, cassettes were rubbish.
Cassettes weren't great.
No.
Yeah, like the music was bad. They got stretched.
I think there has been a bit of a revival somewhere, like real hipsters
with cassettes.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, yeah, like you had to, they got stuck, they got chewed. Sometimes you put them together with sellotape. Did you ever do that?
Yeah.
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 And then using the pencil, etc., when they got stuck and caught and then they stretched and sounded like shit. But records, I don't know, they get scratched.
Add some warmth to it and authenticity.
What? Scratches add authenticity?
Yeah.
What a load of shit. But yeah, this is your happy space. So that's one upside.
I mean, yeah, it's a happy space, but it's also a small space.
And it's quite warm.
It gets hot.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spend all of my life here.
Yeah. Well, I thought about going and staying somewhere, but then there wasn't really anywhere. And then I was like, well, it's a bit, I don't know. It's like, then you could have the whole house if I wasn't here, but then you wouldn't have anyone to make you soups and things, but you could make your own.
To leave my little tray outside the door like I'm in prison.
Like you're in prison.
Yeah.
And I've made a little milk, I put ice in a Tupperware container and then put a Tupperware container of milk on top of that. That's so it's your daily milk. You know, it gets weird and sort of sticks to it. Have you noticed that?
No, it's just going off.
Oh, is it? It goes off that quickly?
Yeah, it's fine. Like in the evening, and then as soon as I always like leave a bit on the off chance that it'll be fine when I wake up. But no.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have to wait. You're kind of in charge of my happiness, of my morning cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? So it relies on milk.
I see, and you woke up early this morning. Okay, I have another terrible joke. This one's a COVID joke.
Hooray!
What's the difference between COVID-19 and Romeo and Juliet?
Go on.
One is a coronavirus, and the other one is a Verona crisis.
Very good.
No, it's not. That's terrible. So I have some other questions for you. So what did your Christmases used to be like home in the north of England?
There's lots of... Because, see, Northern Hemisphere Christmases are very different to Southern Hemisphere Christmas in that it's cold and it's dark. So you stay inside and drink and eat.
Right.
Watch telly. It's great fun.
So do you prefer a Northern Christmas?
I can't say I prefer either one. They're both different. Christmas lights are better in the UK because it's darker and you see them more.
Right? Is that all you've got to say? What did you used to do with your family for Christmas? What did you eat? And
oh well, we just eat whatever we can lay our hands on.
No, you didn't.
That's what I mean. That's not like a saying saying we had everything there.
Yeah, but what did you eat?
Oh, everything. There was lots of chocolate, nuts, pot pies, which we don't get here.
No, because they're gross. Gross. They're like jelly meat in pastry.
Yeah, you're saying that's a bad thing.
Yes. Okay, what else?
Then we'd have the Christmas dinner, which would have pigs in blankets.
What are pigs in blankets?
It's it's a tiny sausage wrapped in bacon.
Wrapped in bacon. And then devils on horseback are prunes wrapped in bacon?
I don't know. We didn't have those.
None of that fancy stuff.
Yeah. Sprouts. Love sprouts. Sprouts get a bad rap, but sprouts are great.
Because they're fucking gross. They're gross. They're like little fleshy cabbage, horrible. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, cabbages are nice as well.
No.
You're just weird.
Boiled cabbages and boiled. I mean, I guess that's it. I've just had boiled to within an inch of their life sprouts.
Yeah, right. No, they taste nice as well.
And you had roast. They taste nice as well, right? Yeah. You had roast beef.
Yeah, pork and turkey. There'd be a lot of stuff because it would last then for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
So we were never really an overindulging family. We would have. Not to judge that. I know lots of people do that. Yeah.
It's not overindulging, it's just indulging.
Indulging, right.
Because then you'd usually get, Boxing Day, people would pop round, bring out the various items people would just throughout the day, throughout the whole Christmas period, then people would just eat what they wanted when they wanted. It was, yeah.
And was Jesus much part of your life?
No.
Not at all growing up?
Nah.
Right.
I mean, the only time, church was involved was you do the Harvest Festival at school. And then briefly I was in the Cubs/Scouts, and they have what's known as a church parade. You go to church once a month, display the flag,
right,
kind of thing.
But you were in the Nativity once, weren't you?
Yeah, a long time. I've been in first school. I was in a nativity, and I was also in a middle school nativity as well.
And who did you play?
In the first school, I was one of the kings.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
the three wise men, or three kings of Orient are, right?
So I was one of those.
What did you carry? Do you remember?
Something wrapped in foil.
This was another joke. Gold and frankincense, or were you? Wait, there's myrrh. Good. And what were you in the second one?
The innkeeper.
Oh, did you have to say there's no room at the inn?
Yeah, I had a couple of lines.
Well done. Nativities, I don't think that was a thing when we were growing up. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think I was ever in a nativity. But what was a thing, and what I'm going to do now is, now I know a lot of people have been avoiding this song, but it's Christmas Day, so the time has passed. And I mean, I think I've prefaced it enough that if you wanted to avoid it, you could. But I don't know. I think Whamageddon is stupid. Any opinions from you?
Yeah, because if you enjoy a song, listen to it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they all hate it. I don't know, but to me, it's a bloody top song. So anyway,
I mean, it's not my favourite song, but I would never. I'll let you carry on.
No, I'm listening. No, I'm underscoring your talking.
Did I ruin the moment there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never deny anyone to listen to a song they love, just as long as if it's a shit song, don't make me listen to it.
Yeah, I was about to say whatever. You complain all the time about
I have
songs.
a much better capacity for listening to shit music than you do.
Yeah, there is true. Like when you listen to things I can't stand, I'm like, turn it off. But at least you just listen, but you moan all the way through it though. So I don't know what's worse. Anyway.
Well, you do listen to The Breeze a lot, which...
Well, and actually, we'll get to the song soon. One thing I hate about The Breeze is that all during December they just play endless Christmas carols. It's like, and that actually really irritates me. I'm like, I don't want to listen.
It's George Michael. Last Christmas.
Well, no, it's more Mariah Carey and things like that. It's like, oh God, if it was just this one, I could cope. But anyway. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Once bitten and twice as shy, I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year and it doesn't surprise me. Merry Christmas. I wrapped it up and sent it with a note saying I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been, but if you kissed me now, I know you'd fool me again. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Crowded room, friends with tired eyes, I'm hiding from you with your soul of ice. My God, I thought you were someone to rely on me. I guess I was a shoulder to cry on, a face on a lover with a fire in his heart, a man undercover, but you tore me apart. Ooh, now I found a real love, you'll never fool me again. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Oh. Thank you.
That was faultless.
It was faultless. I won't edit that together at all to one whole song with me not going fuck at any point.
I like the swearing. If only George Michael swore more in his version.
You think he'd still be alive?
Probably.
I was really sad when he died. We were together when he died. Well, we
were about to watch...
I thought we'd finished watching.
No, we were about to watch Rogue One.
That's right, we were about to watch it, and I clutched your chest. Yeah. I went, look at my phone, and I was genuinely really sad because I was in love with George Michael back when we didn't really know what gay people looked like in public too much because they weren't allowed to be. I was completely in love with him.
Lots of people were.
And particularly in that faith stage, I was like, I've got faith in you.
He's one of those where it's, everyone seems to be, I wasn't a great fan, but everyone who seems to be really into him, and there's like a real big outpouring. It's similar to like David Bowie.
Yeah.
When he died, it was that kind of thing. It was such a big shock that you think these people are going to be around forever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, this is what it's like when Elvis died for my parents. Not that George Michael had the same impact that Elvis did, or like when Lady Diana died. That was my first person that died of a real consciousness of the impact that they'd had in the world, and then they died. So that was huge.
The thing is, though, difference between George Michael and when Lady Diana died, there were a lot of people who were like, I really couldn't give a shit. Do you know what I mean?
He just seemed like a very nice man.
That's it. Yeah, did nothing for me. But
anybody that took the piss literally out of that with that video of him dancing in gold urinals, take it outside or whatever it was called. Anyway, time.
I've just had the similar feeling because, of course, Terry Hall has just died.
Yes, and for those who don't know who Terry Hall is, who is Terry Hall?
He was the lead singer of the Specials.
Yeah, I think it would be. Please don't die at Christmas. Do your best.
I'm going to try not to.
You don't seem to be dying from COVID. You seem to be like, so your COVID actually has been, we should talk about that. It's been
a bit of a roller coaster. I've been ups and downs. Like, there'll be times when I feel absolutely fine.
Absolutely fine.
Well, not absolutely fine,
right.
but, fine.
A lot better.
Yeah. But then you fed me a McDonald's. That made me feel ill.
I know. We never get McDonald's. And I was like, a treat for the sick boy. We'll get McDonald's. Yeah. Like, honestly, we both had to look up the menu to see what we want at McDonald's. That's how infrequently we go. and then you felt sick after that. It's almost like McDonald's isn't good for you.
And then two nights I've had full sleeps. And then last night I had a terrible sleep. I woke up feeling like shit.
Was it because you couldn't get comfortable?
Yeah, that's part of it. And then you have those weird sick dreams, weird dreams when you're ill. I have those. Does that not happen to you?
I don't know if it does. I don't think so. Right. And I've been really bored because I'm allowed to go out, but I don't really want to just in case I got sick and I didn't want to be passing it on. So then I've been really bored and I'm not very good at being by myself.
Yeah, I see. I could cope forever.
Yeah. So you're like, this thing, you're fine with it. But I'm like, man, I had plans to see people and now I can't. Anyway, another Christmas tree joke.
Okay.
What do you get when you eat Christmas decorations? Tinselitis. Oh, well, you're so close. Tinselitis. Who is a Christmas tree's favourite singer?
I don't know.
Bruce Springsteen. So bad. So what was your best present that you got for Christmas?
The one that sort of, and we discussed this not that long ago. It made me a little bit emotional.
Oh, is it going to do that again?
The one I remember kind of vividly is when there was a present under the tree. Wasn't for me.
Oh my God, it's going to make you cry again. This is crazy. But I love it. It's so cute. I know you're like, whatever, but everybody's loving this because when they find out what it is, everyone's just going to be like, oh. I'll have to put a picture of it up.
Yeah.
So what was it, Matthew?
It wasn't a present for me. It was a present for Christopher.
And who's Christopher?
Christopher is my my teddy bear. And and you've noticed that's an is, not was. He's still here. You've got him up there. Yeah.
I'm holding him right now.
And he'd been knitted like a little pair of like blue overalls and a green hat.
And so your grandmother had knitted you a new outfit
yes.
for Christopher. And Christopher, who gave you Christopher?
My brother Jonathan.
When you were born, so he didn't get jealous. It was to make him feel nice about you. So he gave you a teddy bear, and he is pretty threadbare. He's a threadbare.
Yeah. Hey. My mum recalls that as I was opening it, and my hands were shaking with like excitement.
Oh my God, really? Do you have any idea how old you were? You're rubbish at that.
No
It
idea.
was the past.
It was 21.
Oh my God. That cry, every time you tell that story, you cry. Look at you. You're still crying. Ah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
I like that you're not afraid to show emotion about your teddy bear. She says with very mocking tones, but I'm not. I think it's really nice. And what did you want that you never got?
I don't think there was anything. I've been very lucky.
Wow, you are. Look at that.
Yeah, there was one occasion where I was very young as well, and all I wanted is like my mum and dad would ask me, "What do you want?" And I would say, "I want a bobbing down bike," and they were like, "What is a bobbing down bike?" I was like, it's a bike that you bob down on. And they were like,
of course.
I've got no clue what a bobbing down bike was. And what it was...
You're still crying. You're crying about your bike.
No, I think that's COVID.
Is it you're crying?
A bit of sniffle from the COVID, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What a bobbing down bike is, it's like a road bike, a racing bike. Because when you see them riding it, they're like hunched over.
So one with racing handlebars.
Yeah, so I'd seen that on TV. I thought, I want one of those. It looks cool.
And you were far too young to have one of those.
Yes. And what they'd done is they'd bought me like a little one with like with training wheels. And they'd bought Jonathan like a slightly larger one, which was... It didn't quite have the dropped handlebars, but it looked pretty similar. And I ran in to the kitchen where the bikes were being kept. I was like, my bobbing down bike. And I went to Jonathan's bike. And it was like, that wasn't for me.
Oh my God, were you devastated?
Tears ensued. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny because you remember that shit. And then you think about your parents going, oh, for God's sake.
What a little brat.
Yeah. Tears ensued because that's not for you.
That's not for me.
That's quite funny. It was almost like should have tried to squash some of those handlebars onto a normal bike.
I was far too young to ride. I didn't even know how to ride a bike.
Yeah, right. I remember, it's funny the ones that stick in your mind. Like I remember getting, because I was like Garfield, and one Christmas, I think it was a Christmas. It could have been my birthday. I'm not sure. I think it was Christmas. I got an array of Garfield things, like Garfield stickers, when I was collecting stickers as well. And I got this tiny little Garfield thing, and it had a tiny little stapler with Garfield on it and some staples, and like it was like a little stationery set, and I bloody loved that. And you just think, what a silly little thing, but I remember that very vividly. And the thing that I wanted that I never got was a Barbie doll. So deprived.
Oh, right.
So deprived. So I actually saved up my own money and got one, and I got a Loving You Barbie, but I was like 12. And it was far too old for a Barbie, really. And just sort of looked at it after I bought it and went, why did I want this? And they're stupidly expensive. So my parents sort of they knew better. Yeah. Ultimately.
Yeah. I used to get like lots of like Lego and stuff.
Oh, yes. You used to get lots of Lego.
Star Wars figures as well. At one point, it was big Star Wars Christmas. Probably like around the time of the Return of the Jedi, I think.
And what is your favourite Christmas carol?
Oh, it might be Slade.
Oh, well, you're hanging up the stockings. I looked at trying to play that, but it's got very many chords. Too many chords.
There's simpler versions because I once learnt it for the guitar.
Oh, okay. But you're better than I am with stringed instruments, despite not playing them anywhere near as much in a professional setting. Proving that you don't have to be that good. You can just be a bit funny.
But Slade, very good band. Very underrated.
Imagine how much money they make from that song.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't think he does anything anymore. Does the rest of the band do? They do reunion tours, but Noddy just goes, I don't need to do anything.
Is it Noddy Holder? Is that his
Noddy
name?
Holder, yeah.
Which just sounds like something that you keep a toy in, let's be honest. A Noddy Holder. Right. So I wondered if that character in About a Boy was loosely based on Noddy Holder. Except it's his dad, isn't it?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Hugh
I don't know if you know this, but Noddy Holder is much better looking than Hugh Grant is.
I'm feeling that that's not true, and I'm going to look it up right now. Just the way that you said that and just how attractive Hugh Grant. Not so much now. He's gone off the boil now, I will say. Hugh Grant's tipped over. Noddy Holder. He looks like a charming chap.
There you go, you see? Yeah.
Why? What did he used to look like?
Well, just look at him. He's got look how much hair he's got now. Lots of hair. And he wore kind of like
Oh.
ridiculous clothes.
Yeah, he was like, he's not ugly though.
No.
But that's quite the look.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
He's a legend.
Slade. Right. Okay. So that's your favourite. I don't know if I've got a favourite. Quite like Santa Baby. Santa Baby, slip a sable under the tree for me.
You see, because I find a lot of the Christmas songs a bit dreary. Do you know what I mean? Like ones like I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. It's like, oh, come on, mate.
It's very interesting that you chose that song because I'm about to give you a rendition of that song.
But I imagine yours won't be like really dreary, like
hopefully not.
croonery. Whereas, because like the best ones to me have got lots of yelling and shouting in.
Right. Less Bublé, more balls.
The 1970s, I think, was the golden era for
the golden
Christmas.
era of Christmas songs. And like, Do They Know It's Christmas is so incredibly condescending.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, when they said there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas, it was supposed to be, was it in Ethiopia? But there won't be snow in Ethiopia. But it didn't scan. So they changed it to Africa, where there is quite a lot of snow at Christmas time, and then made them sound condescending even more so. Yeah, I listened to maybe a podcast about that, or read a book, or read something. Anyway.
Podcasts, they're amazing.
Podcasts are amazing, and season 3 of Showy Ovaries is coming, and Showy Ovaries live at the Hamilton Gardens Festival is on the 26th of February, and there is another one coming, but I can't say which because it's embargoed, but it's in a festival, and it'll be in Auckland.
Exciting.
The 20th of May, let's just put that aside for no good reason. Anyway, before I sing this song, so now you made a really big change in 2022, not just getting COVID at the end of it, but you changed jobs. Hooray! How have you found the job?
Yeah, it's been good. Enjoy it. It's great.
Why?
Because it's not doing drafting in an office.
What do you like about it?
I work with a good team of people. I get to like fanny around with bikes all day. You get to meet public in easily digestible chunks as well. You know what I mean? They come in, you can chat about bikes, then go. It's great.
Quite a lot of people from the north of England?
Surprising number of people, who I get to talk about
Where's that
accents.
accent from? Oh, I recognise that. What's that from? That sort of thing?
Not quite that bad.
What do you mean bad? That was perfect.
Sorry, yeah.
Where's that accent from? I've heard that before. Where do you hail from? There's the Queen. The Queen popped in and then she died.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the death of the monarch as a British person?
Yeah.
Right. For me, it's like the change from Queen to no Queen and everything that changes, like King's Council and God Save the King. And it just highlights how silly it all is to me, actually, particularly for us in New Zealand. But anyway, this is...
I'm not a monarchist, so, you know.
Yeah. So this is Showy Ovaries, though, and my first question is always about people's bodies, and you talked about that last time, so I thought I'll loosely tie it back to the theme of the show. Have you noticed any changes in your body in your new job?
Yeah. I mean, it's much more active.
You're on your feet?
I'm on my feet all day. I cycle to work.
Yes. So what's your commute?
28k each way.
Each way? It takes you an hour and a quarter. So you're cycling 2.5 hours a day?
Yes. I am on an e-bike, but you still, you're still getting exercise. You're still spinning your legs.
Yeah, when Matt bought his e-bike, he was like, I'll use this one half the time and use my normal bike two days a week maybe, and this one 3 days a week. And then how many times have you ridden your normal bike since you got your e-bike?
Not many.
Like virtually none.
No, it just makes it so much easier.
So much
great.
easier.
Yeah.
E-bikes are fantastic. And if you want an e-bike, you should go to 99 Bikes in Glen Innes because Matt gets commission and he's really good at his job. So he knows lots about bikes. Do you know like so much more about bikes now?
Still a lot I don't know. You're still always learning.
Always learning. Anything else that you want to say? What are you looking forward to for next year?
Ooh, what am I looking forward to next year? Not having COVID.
Good.
Hopefully we'll get away on a very nice holiday somewhere.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to for next Christmas?
Not having COVID.
Good. Okay, some more jokes. What's the difference between the Christmas alphabet and the ordinary alphabet?
No.
The Christmas alphabet has no L. Hey, what's the Christmas tree's favourite lolly?
Don't know.
Ornament. It could be what's a
Yeah.
Christmas tree's favourite meat? Ornaments.
Ornaments.
Lovely. So now to end this rambling podcast of questionable interest, I am going to sing a song that I've changed slightly. Yep.
How can anyone not be interested in what I'm doing in my little room downstairs?
Sitting there doing nothing downstairs.
Yeah. I should have live streamed my whole lockdown, my whole isolation.
Yeah, that would have been. I mean, fuck. You watched similarly interesting things on Twitch, as far as I'm
That's
concerned.
true. Yeah. I know. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, I'll just edit you out. So here's a song that you really love to end, and it's equivalent to what you just said that you're looking forward to for next Christmas. So my strum patterns are always the same. I'm dreaming of a COVID-free Christmas, just like the ones from yesteryear, where no mucus glistens and wives don't listen as their husbands' cough echoes up the stairs. I'm dreaming of a COVID-free Christmas with every text that I write, cancelling our hotel and 5-course degustation meal on Christmas night, because my poor husband feels like shite. Instead, we're having a COVID-stuffed Christmas like a turkey. What a fitting end to 2022, where spike proteins mutate and new variants gestate, then come and say, ho, 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 fuck you. I'm dreaming of a COVID-free Christmas, just like the ones we had before. May your days be bright and merry, and here's to a better 2023.
Woo! Another flawless performance.
Another flawless that won't be edited at all performance. So, well, thank you very much for joining us on this Christmas ramble through COVID town, and giving me something to do, at least, and you something to do.
Yeah.
And
hello, everyone out there in podcast land.
Hello, everyone out there in podcast
Merry
land.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Woo!
Goodbye.
That's one of
What was
those. That was one of those things that roll out when you blow into them.
Finishing with a fart. Beautiful. Lovely. Oh, and one more joke. Why was the elf sad?
I don't know.
Because he had low elf-esteem. That's not a very good one to end on.
No, it's a bit.
I'll find another one.
Something a bit cheerier.
Something that's very funny.
There were two snowmen talking, and one said to the other, "Can you smell carrots?"
Lovely. What's Santa's primary language? North Polish.
Very good.
And on that note, can you smell carrots?
That's one thing. I haven't lost my sense of smell.
Yes, you told me that after you'd done something. Lovely. On those notes and all of that. Goodbye.
Bye.